Hola! Grand rising to you from my local town in Portugal, and for a little update as in between as I work on different things, I just want to update you with some of the stuff that I've been up to. Yesterday I went to see my yoga teacher in her studio, which I forgot to take my selfie stick to film everything. I'm so sorry, and I'm going to go back and film just a quick bit of it, but I think it's kind of a lesson to me again that I'm just sort of rushing things and I need to slow down and go through the things step by step, because I kind of rushed there early in the morning because I had another meeting after that, and then I got there and I said, oh, can I film this? And then she's like, yeah, good idea. And then I looked for the stick and I didn't have it. So yeah, I need to prepare more and start to focus more. But anyway, I had a reading with basically she does a reading on I Ching, on human design, and on gene keys, and combines these three wisdoms, three teachings to give you your profile, your life purpose, lots of information that people are kind of searching for right now. So it's very interesting, and you get a recording of it because it takes a long time to go through it all. And yeah, I can link to these different teachings if you find it interesting. Certainly, they're becoming very popular again, and Gene Keys is a newer version of it where he's combined the two of them together to give this genetic profile based. So you can look it up and he'll explain it. Richard Rudd will explain it much better than I can, but basically you have these different keys and these different to unlocking your genius, and it's basically through working through our shadow frequencies that we go to the siddhi, the highest frequency. So by understanding your shadow and your darkness, you can turn that into the light, which is I believe very relevant today, and it makes a lot of sense to me, because it's not about hiding our darkness or ignoring our darkness or making out we're just love and light. It's about understanding the journey and the path, and this is like another way that you can, another guide and another overview of you. And it does, I have to say, it does resonate and it does make sense in terms of everything they've said between my shadow, because depending on what frequency you're in, if you think you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. It literally is like that simple. So if you're stuck in this low vibration or in this shadow or this darkness, then you'll keep getting this on repeat. So it's about understanding and moving through that. And yeah, to have a reading from somebody who's understood and deep dived in it is a very, I think, a worthwhile investment. And as I say, you get a recording that you can refer back to, and so that was yesterday. So I'll go back and do another video there so you can understand a bit more from Sandra, who does it. And yeah, today I'll just give you a little run through of my morning routine case it in case it interests you. So it's like yeah, I don't eat breakfast. You know, they say, oh, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know, you have to have breakfast and break fast. You know, break a fast. You know, just I don't know if you caught onto it, but I don't use like when you're aware of the words and the programming and the language. You know, like good morning to me is. I try not to use that because it's like morning and morning, you know. It's yeah, it doesn't have the same energy as grand rising or something like that. So sorry, where was I with this? Yeah, breakfast. I don't have breakfast because, you know, as I say, you know, I mean, you go to the shops and they have all this cereal stuff, the sugar, the processed foods, and obviously that's going to spike, you know, your body, and then it's going to start like these cravings and this process and everything like that. So I don't have breakfast, and I'd have cold showers, which is very therapeutic. Sorry, I just stopped here because everywhere I go walking there seems to be huge noises which interfere, so I'm now changing direction. So yeah, don't have breakfast, which you know, when we speak about freedom and sovereignty, it's actually fasting is a big part of that as well. I feel not only does it help you, it helps you in so many ways, which I'll go into in other videos, but you know, it's like a freedom of eating when you want to eat and not having to know, like, especially if you're traveling or if you're going somewhere or if you have a busy schedule. It's like, oh, you have to eat, you have to go there, or you have to pay for this expensive food. It's like, well no, you don't. You know, when you're in control of your body, you can eat when you want to eat, really. And you know, it doesn't have to be certain times. It's, you know, it's just listening to your body. And yeah, so I don't eat in the morning. Sorry, that's a long explanation. And yeah, cold showers for me is amazing, with the benefits, but also, you know, a lot of the time you don't want to have a cold shower, especially today because it's not very warm, and it's about pushing yourself as well, and making sure, you know, it's not all about being comfortable and warm and safe and everything like that. We have to sort of go through that, and yeah, so I find it's very good for that, getting into a routine. And yeah, one thing I do have is like lemon juice with some baking soda, bicarbonate soda, and some Himalayan salt and some good water, and that works as a cleanse for your liver and your kidneys and things, because you know, overnight you're basically detoxing. That's why it's like a mini detox. That's why, you know, you wake up, you're a bit dehydrated, and your tongue is maybe, you know, feels a bit funny, a bit horrible. Not horrible, but you know, you've got that kind of taste in it. So it's like it aids with that as you continue to detox through the morning. And obviously the salt, when you take salt with water, it really aids the hydration. And yeah, so that's another thing I do. And then obviously, you know, you can incorporate things like your gratitude, meditation, meditation I normally do as soon as I get, morning and night, which is another practice. As I say, your gratitude. So just what are you thankful for today? And it can be such simple things like, I'm thankful I can walk, I'm thankful I can talk, I can communicate, I'm thankful I'm thankful for all the lessons, or just that energy of gratitude can be such a nice way to start the day, and you feel you're winning, you're winning because you can do all this stuff. You might want to do a prayer, and then you can get into the stretching things, like I said before, the Tibetan rites or yoga or whatever it is to you, just connection with your body. And then I go for a walk to move about more. I was running as well, but I'm just finding walking's a kind of meditation now as well. And obviously if I'm holding the camera, it's not going to work with a morning jog. So yeah, that's I don't know if you might find that helpful. If you have things to add, I don't take any vitamins or supplements or anything. I never have done, never took any medication. And yeah, I find, again, if I haven't been ill for, I can't remember last time I've been at the doctor's. And one thing I would say, again, touching on fasting, which I'll probably put in a separate video as well, but it's just as I come and think about it, is that fasting is the ultimate healing thing. So, if you are ill, always remember, this is what animals do. This is what nature does. When the dog isn't feeling well, it goes off its food. And it's just a simple thing, because obviously if your body's having to process food, it's having to work very hard. And yeah, so if you give it a break from the food, then it can concentrate on the healing of whatever you're, needing to heal, whatever you're going through. There is another aspect to this as well, which I actually picked up a book. I was in a town in Portugal, and I was looking for a book on yoga, and I picked it up, and it was actually about the ancient art of urine therapy. So I got into that as well. And there's another book called The Waters of Life, which you may find interesting and goes deeper into this. But so there's a combination of, you can do a dry fast, which you really need to look into first before you do it, or you can do like a juice fast, or you could do like potentially a urine fast. But I think the more I talk about this, the less chance I'll ever have of probably having another relationship. And when you learn that. But no, I don't drink urine all the time, but I have to say that I do believe it's there's more to it than what you think. So as I say, it's something that you can research. And yeah, only do it if you feel the call, or you feel the need, or you want to explore, or if you want any more. I'm not saying to do this. I'm just saying like what my experiences are, and I'm still here. I'm still alive. I feel great. I feel healthy. I feel amazing. So yeah, it's I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Ciao. Have a great day.